Hi everyone, we're ROMbi, and today we're reviewing Serge Langley.
So here is his art, and he is riding something that apparently looks like an eel, according to the character story.
Right, and look at his weapon though. His weapon looks really nice.
It's very pretty, like all that water.
hmm
The dragon is definitely some sort of sea creature, it looks
It
like.
doesn't have any arms.
I mean, it's wings.
Yeah, but it has only 2 feet, right? That's a really strange idea for a dragon. Don't they have like 4 feet or 0 feet?
I don't know. He is a rank A on Famitsu, and his previous rating on GameWith was a 7, but now it is a 6.5 out of 10. But Surge is kind of the lowest ranked Dragon Rider, or he is tied for lowest rank. So
So that's
we'll
him.
see. But here's his art. It's quite pretty.
His art is so amazing. Are you kidding?
Like you can see, like they even have a reflection of someone else in
Another
the water.
dragon rider.
Yeah.
And then there's a dragon in the corner up here.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Dragon Riders in this, but if you did read the story, he is like a second in command
Under
under Georg for the Dragon Knights. So his leader skill is Dauntless Ocean Blue, and it is bad grammar.
So damage taken by dragon riders lowers quite a bit.
So this is a decent leader skill, but at the same time, Dragon Riders do have a high cost, so you might not be able to fit an entire team of Dragon Riders.
You won't. There's no way.
And also, it depends on how many Dragon Riders you have, because there aren't that many in the game yet.
How many are there? There's Excelia, there's Georg, there's Args.
Tetra, and Zerg. Oh, well, you do have
can.
enough if you were
rolled
really
for all of
lucky and got them all.
Yeah, I don't have them all. His first action skill is Tidal Stream. It costs 22 SP, and
Before, it did cost 28 SP, but one of his passives does reduce your SP cost.
right. What it does is the dragon now like spits water at enemies.
It's a standard looking breath attack, so if you had like the original Tetra warrior had a breath attack for her second skill, and it does sort of resemble Tetra's Dragon Rider second skill, but the issue is that this one is not controllable.
Oh, I see.
It still does deal a wide range of damage.
What catches my eye is the fact that his dragon is named Water Dragon Mac Lear. And that's hilarious. It's like a McDonald's. Okay. Am I allowed to say that? Like it's
No,
McDonald's?
probably not.
I think it's fine as long as we're not like endorsing it. Anyway, backing up. I think it's really funny because its dragon's name is Water Dragon Mac Lear.
He only calls it MacLear. Water Dragon is like saying
The
that
modifier?
it is a water dragon.
I guess. McLear's okay, well that's anyway, that's his first action skill.
So his second action skill is the much more cool one, and it is called Whirlpool Serpent, and it costs 57 SP, but 45 SP after his passive.
In the American one, or in the global one, it's actually called Whirl Serpent, although I think Whirlpool is a more accurate description of what it is. So it summons a whirlpool and deals water damage to the enemy.
The Whirlpool lasts for quite a while, and there's actually 2 of them.
There's 2 of them?
Yes.
It travels as well, doesn't it? It travels forward?
It doesn't travel forward, it tracks the enemy.
Oh, that's way better. Alright, so his passive skills are Boost Water Element plus 50%, which makes sense because he's a water attribute type.
And both of his action skills do deal water element damage.
His second passive skill is Resist Damage minus 15%, and I actually don't know much about that. I don't really use Resist Damage.
I mean, resist damage is basically resist damage. It just increases the tankiness of the character because the damage received is only 85% of what other characters would receive.
Makes sense. And then his last passive skill is SP cost minus 20%, which is why his SP cost is less than what it normally would be.
So let us try him out. So here we are, and this is actually Serge's own quest. This is the first level, mainly just because the partner Serge is also the weakest.
So he won't be able to use his second skill, pretty much.
So Dragon Riders have generally really fast movement speed, and their attack speed is fairly slow. It is decent, and it does have a long-range breath shoot at the end. But so let us test out his first action skill. It is a breath, and you can see both of us used it.
And it sways from back and forth.
It's a very slight sway. So if you want to see it here without any enemies, it does sort of move slightly.
So it moves really from center to the right and then back to the center.
It does have a fairly long range, just because it is a breath attack. And so right here, I can hit all the
enemies.
And I was standing in that corner. So that is his first action skill, and it is his second action skill. That's really cool. Standing from here, I can clear the stage by using his second action skill. It shoots out a whirlpool, and it shoots out a second one shortly afterwards, and it tracks the enemy.
That's really cool. Oh, it came back to you, too. That's really cute.
The only issue with that is that sometimes it does seem to get stuck.
Does it?
Like, the whirlpool gets stuck by the building, not the building, but like the walls and stuff, which might be a bit annoying.
When you're trying to clear mobs specifically.
But generally it does attack all your mobs first, and then it's just that when you spawn new mobs afterwards, it might not automatically change targets to the new mobs.
The other nice thing I saw with his Whirlpool attack is that it makes enemies recoil. So if you're attacking bosses and they're beginning their attacks, they'll recoil and stop that attack and continue like being in the recoil state, so they won't attack you. So even if like his Whirlpool attack isn't strong, and you can see that both of his attacks are relatively not that strong. What are you doing?
I'm going to show the Whirlpool on this Minotaur.
Okay. Makes sense.
So, we are now in the monster duel, and I will showcase Serge's Whirlpool on this Minotaur. It has 2 Whirlpools on it, and it does occasionally do the flinch, and it is a very long Whirlpool, and as you can see, it does do a lot of damage over that allotted amount of time.
Right.
However, the issue with Serge is that his attack via his skills is not a very high damage output.
Right. He's really, and if you have any of the other Dragon Riders, you can tell that his attack is just not on par with their attacks. And actually, I would say his attack probably isn't on par with a lot of non-Dragon Riders even. But putting that aside, I think the flinch, the recoil that he provides makes him significantly better, especially for co-ops when like Nightmare Coliseum, where you just have a lot of mobs and you can't deal with all of them at once.
Especially since with a lot of mobs, this Whirlpool will go and track and attack all of them, and it can kill them as well.
Right.
So that makes Surge really good for clearing mobs. Maybe not so good for attacking bosses, mainly just because his damage output will not be able to defeat the boss quickly enough.
Right. So probably a support Dragon Rider more so than a main damage Dragon Rider.
But if you're new to the game and you just want to clear your way through all the lower level stages, his Whirlpool is great. So
yeah, you can just stand in one spot and like clear stage after stage after stage.
Literally, you can basically use his Whirlpool and then start running to the exit, and then the Whirlpool will kill all the mobs for you while you make your way to the exit. So he can clear things really quickly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really nice. So yeah, so if you're a new player, he's definitely worth rolling for. If you're an older player and you need a co-op character, he's worth rolling for. If you're looking for something to kill bosses, he's not your man.
If you want something like that, I would suggest you to go look for Archer Mira or Warrior Annabelle, which is also in this batch.
So that's Serge. Thanks for listening today, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!